Moon in Aries, square the nodes, square the Sun, square Mercury, square Saturn, square Pluto. Third quarter square, oh snap, the moon is in Aries, which means that we are reacting and responding to our motivations, our inspirations, and how we initiate things. But we get this intense third quarter square. The moon shifted into Aries last night. We'll be in Aries for the duration of today as well as tomorrow. And with this third quarter square, we are building up to this full moon lunar eclipse, which, you know, of course, the beginning of the year truly begins in Aries season, when things spring into action, when the leaves become green again, the trees become green again, flowers begin to spring into their blooming season. So the fact that we start the new year during the time of winter is kind of an aberration because everything is still dead. But it's interesting. The moon went into Aries on the first day of the year. And this is the third quarter square. So really, if we're just going off of that aspect, we don't really close out 2019 until the full moon lunar eclipse, because that's going to be this time of major release and purging. And this time in between the eclipses, while the moon was in Aquarius, Pisces, and now it's in Aries, we have come into this cardinal fire energy. So we are reacting and responding in many ways to our destiny, you know, with the nodes, and how it relates to how we keep our sanctuary, and how we also keep our sanctuary in our workplace, in our career, in our purpose, in our drive. But there's going to be these challenging aspects with Mercury wanting to communicate, trying to figure out how exactly do we communicate to the universe, to ourselves, to other people, just what it is. Why are we even here in the first place? Then, of course, you have the sun there. So we're dealing with our gifts and the way that we shine our light. We're dealing with Jupiter here, too. I didn't even mention Jupiter earlier. So how in the world do we expand this quality? How do we learn from our mistakes? How do we learn from our triumphs? How do we learn in our day-to-day life? Saturn, of course, this is dealing with the timing issue. Are we okay with putting in the hard work? Are we okay with planting seeds and not constantly trying to over uncover them and being like, oh, it hasn't grown yet? Of course it hasn't grown yet. You got to put some time, some effort, and some love, and there's some patience involved here. But of course, it will square Pluto, being the last aspect, the last planet that it squares. And it makes an aspect to before it goes void of course, which means that there are some cuts that we need to make. This moon in Aries is definitely going to be a very passionate time, but it's also going to be a time where we come to more of a realization on what it is that we really need to be doing, what it is that we really need to be focusing on, who and what to give our energy to. I'm going to make this video very short and very simple, albeit I do have to go back into work here. You hear the pitter-pattering of the rain, and right now it kind of feels that way right now. It kind of feels like the rain is a bit of a pitter-patter, you know, but the rain's going to get more and more and more intense as the moon gets larger and larger and larger. So we should take advantage of this moment right now, because come that full moon lunar eclipse very soon, and we also are building up to the Saturn and Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. I will be making a video on that. It's going to get more intense, and it's going to feel more like a torrential downpour, and our spirits can already feel this coming, and our spirits are actually super excited about this. We may not be super excited about it consciously, but subconsciously our spirits are excited for these coming changes, because 2020 is going to be a wild year. It's going to be a wild year of just how great our resolve is. And of course, the rain is getting stronger. Kind of a perfect allegory for what I'm trying to convey here. Moon in Aries, square all the Capricorn energy and square the nodes, moving closer and closer to this full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer. I'll see you all in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.